Hello, welcome to Industry Reactions. Industry Reactions is a weekly briefing on industry events, changes, and future trends that impact your business. We are your hosts, Jeff Martin and Mark Friedel from ChemPoint. You can find Industry Reactions on YouTube, LinkedIn, and as a podcast. For those watching on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and hit the like button. We plan on discussing issues that impact the global industry and help you uncover new opportunities. We hope this will provide you market intelligence and that will keep you ahead of changing conditions.
All right, and our first story today is in regard to pricing in our industry. We've talked a lot about some of the supply issues and supply constraints due to weather, and now as a result, we've all seen pricing go up, but it's definitely having an impact. So prices are surging for raw materials, which are leading to higher costs for companies from home builders to clothing markets. If history repeats, that will be a boon to corporate bottom lines and investors as well. Rising material costs usually foreshadow fatter profit margins, according to Jonathan Golub, Chief U.S. Equity Strategist at Credit Suisse Group. Higher input costs generally accompany broad economic growth, which allows companies to pass along added expenses through higher prices of their own. Also, fixed expenses like factory equipment can be spread over greater sales. Lately, it has been hard to find a commodity not rising in prices. Wheat, copper, wood pulp, crude oil, and corn have all rebounded from the depths of last spring's economic lockdowns. Well, we'll see if this does follow trends that we've seen in other issues, but obviously this has kind of a twofold impact to pricing. One is the rise in demand, but two, also the decline in supply, which we saw pretty heavily due to some of the weather impacts in February.
Yeah, that along with all the supply chain issues as well is really causing a lot of tight markets and prices being crazy. So
I guess time will tell.
Yep. Well, speaking of prices, the number of drilling rigs operating in the United States nudged up just slightly this week after crude prices dipped just below $60 as new coronavirus strains spread in parts of the world. Drillers added just 2 rigs, bringing the U.S. nation's count to 432, according to Baker Hughes and research firm Inveris, which provide the weekly tally. Just slowly keeps creeping up a little bit every week. So we'll see how that shakes out.
Seems to the price for oil seems to have kind of plateaued right around that $60 mark. And chemical rail traffic in North America continues to rebound. Although the year-to-date volumes remain well below the levels recorded before the winter storm Uri struck during mid-February in the Gulf Coast, shutting down production in the U.S. Gulf Coast region. During the week ending April 3rd, chemical rail traffic in North America was up 4.5% year over year, which is comparable to pre-storm levels and the first year-over-year gain since the week ending February 6th. So good to see that chemical rail traffic is rebounded. Obviously, we saw a pretty significant dip in late February and through a better part of March.
Yeah, the rail car traffic's been an interesting indicator of how the chemical industry's been doing between the pandemic and the winter storms. It's a nice indicator to look at.
For sure.
All right, now moving on to new product introductions and other company announcements. Dow has launched a low-density, lightweight liquid silicone rubber in its stylistic family for food packaging and contact applications. According to the company, the new LSR, which can be injected molded and is available to European and North American customers, maintains low viscosity and high resilience attributes. It is intended for use in food dosing valves, closures, dispensers, seals, gaskets, and other food-related applications.
All right, and our next company announcement is in the food. Get the scoop. In the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, consumers are proactive in addressing health concerns, no surprise. As a result, the ice cream sector is seeing a shift in demand for formulations and functional ingredients. At the U.S. International Dairy Foods Association Ice Cream Technology Conference, Carey Ingredients reveals brands are using ingredients that have a health halo. According to Carey's 2020 proprietary research, 1 in 4 consumers between the ages of 25 and 34 claim that functional benefits would encourage them to try a new frozen treat. Consumers are concerned about their health and are being proactive to address those concerns. Brands are adding functional benefits that support immunity in both dairy and plant-based products. Hence, consumers get to enjoy a tasty treat while being proactive about aspects of their health. I don't know about you, Jeff, but I don't need an extra benefit to try a new frozen treat such as ice cream.
Yeah, now I can just tell my wife when she's asking me why I'm eating all the ice cream that I'm being healthy.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. Now in M&A news, global ingredient manufacturer Cain Industries has acquired food technology company Proteus Industries in a deal that adds a sustainability claim, clean label enhancement technologies to their Cain food technology portfolio of ingredient solutions. Cain will rebrand the ingredient technology as Proteus, which is now available to Cain customers in the U.S. to help commercial food processors improve retention of moisture and texture without reliance on artificial ingredients. Proteus developed and patented this novel protein ingredients and applications to improve yield, nutrition, and quality in a variety of meat and poultry and protein-based applications. This provides manufacturers the opportunity to meet the label claims and product attributes consumers desire while reducing input costs and achieving greater yields. I know those clean label benefits are really important to a lot of these food manufacturers. So that's some big news there.
Yeah, that is big news. Cain is a cutting edge company. Really impressed with all the things that they do. Moving on to ICL, another impressive company, a leading global specialty minerals and specialty chemicals company. They have announced that on March 24th, it has entered into a definitive agreement to acquire Compass Minerals America do Sul, which includes the South American plant nutrition business of Compass Minerals, after a planned carve-out of the existing water treatment and chemicals business for approximately 400 million USD. The South American plant nutrition business is the leading specialty plant nutrition business in Brazil and offers a broad range of solutions for plant nutrition and stimulation, soil treatment, seed treatment, and plant health, covering all key Brazilian crops.
ICL has been doing a lot of M&A in that agricultural sector in Brazil over the past 5 years. So that's kind of on par for what they've been doing. So.
Yeah, very cool.
All right. After announcing a new plant protein facility will be their first in North America to produce pea protein isolate, Ingredion has announced its acquisition of the German food tech company K-Tech. With its strong focus on plant-based food solutions and dairy alternatives, the move complements Ingredion's existing specialty ingredient portfolio. Ingredon also recently bought Verdant Foods and the majority interest in Pure Circle. So they keep growing their portfolio quite a bit.
Yeah, another great company in the food space, Ingredion, continues to do very selective and targeted acquisitions. Exciting stuff. Looks like we're pretty heavy in the food space today and this week's stories. But that's it for this week's editions of Industry Reactions. We will return next week with a fresh batch of industry reactions. Until then, stay safe.